Denver, Colorado. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. Montrell Washington on the return from his hit. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they wasted no time taking a shot down the field. He was letting it fly in the very first play from scrimmage. And this was excellent coverage down there. And they'll come away with an early takeaway. And I mean an early takeaway.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Gone. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Washington now brings this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson rolling to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, you know me. Whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way. Go, go, go. Left, left.
To throw again is Wilson. That goes out wide to Murray. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson, he finds his man, complete. It's Murray. He's got room at the 30, and he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Hey, zero.
To throw is Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive. They watch the other side just score, but remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time, so have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Once again, it's Swift. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Here we go.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Go off a handoff here to Swift. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On fourth down, Goff. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10. On their side of midfield at the 47. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Goff. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Goff. And that'll be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from it. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run. And that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Goff going to keep it himself. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jared Goff scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Lions have moved out in front. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now Goff on first down. Open man right side is St. Brown. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a first down throw. Gone. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
On first down, it's gone. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, Brad, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Play action. It's Wilson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kirby Joseph, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. In the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Lions Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. They'll get this down to the 38.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To Williams on the jet sweep. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, they'll run it here. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 21. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Play action. Now Wilson out to his left. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Go, 14. Touch 50, touch 50. Ball that.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Pass complete to Jeudy on the out route. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Got a man. It's Judy complete. He's got room at the 30. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Big 4th down conversion for the score. And the defense, that is a tough quarter swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal. That looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They go jet sweep here with Williams. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught. Touchdown. Jamison Williams, 54 yards. And the Lions strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Washington now brings this out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Denver offense at the line ready to go. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but they've been a good enough.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. Well, 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 20-yard line. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go with Murray again. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
He's got Hamler, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Now Wilson. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there complete to Hamler. Throwing now is Wilson. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air.
And this is caught. And that could... Touchdown.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Washington now brings this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing now, Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one